This is DB Online, an exclusive presentation of SportsTalkFlorida.com. I am David Baumann, joined by Eric Lopez. Jacob Helwig is our video coordinator in this segment. Elo, one of the hot topics that arose on our program, The David Baumann Show, is the idea of the NBA Summer League becoming open to the public. That's something we haven't seen in 10 years, something you remember clearly.
Yeah, LeBron James, rookie coming in, a lot of hoopla, Dwayne Wade and company, and hey, that's a good idea. Let's move it to the old Amway Arena. They moved it to get the interest because there was a lot of interest in seeing LeBron, and people went in and paid, I think it was $5-10. I don't remember exactly the price, but people, the open public, got to see LeBron in the Summer League.
And the baptizing of LeBron with Britton Johnson, huh?
You know,
remember that?
That's what I've heard. And boy, has Britton's career taken off since, huh?
Oh.
I think LeBron's recovered.
Well, how come Vegas does it and Orlando does not? Makes it open to the public.
That's an interesting question. I think part of it might be just, where the games are at. The Magic currently have it at the new Amway Center at their practice facilities. There's obviously no room for people to attend that. Maybe they feel there's not enough of a demand. These games are very early in the day. It starts in the morning all the way to the afternoon. And maybe the teams themselves want the privacy. Maybe they want this to just be about them and scouting players too, instead of a hoopla of fans coming in.
Yeah, it makes it much easier to deal with without the fans, right?
It does. I think you get a lot of work done. You could do certain things. You don't have to worry about autographs or anything like that. You just focus on just trying to get to know the kid, the players that you drafted, or a player that's trying to get a job.
A lot of fans would like to see it open to the public. A lot of them.
I mean, I'd be for it. I mean, it's fine. If the demand is there, it's, the consumer, they would come. I would think if there was enough of a demand and there would be money to be made, then the Magic or the league would be open to that.
Speaking of money, Lee writes into the program at Lee B1022, Summer League games would be great for the family as long as I don't have to drop $75 for beer and food for us. LOL. And that's at David Baumann.
Well, that's a great point. Concession stands would be open, have to be open in that theater, which does cost money. It goes back to money, David.
Right.
Do teams want to open up concession stands, merchandise, etc.? There's more to it than just, hey, come into the game, everybody, watch us.
Victor says it's a great idea. This is at Red Anderson PBP. Until some drunk idiots show up and ruin it for everyone else. Fans don't have to be at every step of the process.
It's valid. I mean, that's the process that could also mess it up. I think they like to keep it low-key in the Summer League. Plus, there hasn't been that star that people are clamoring to see in Summer Leagues. LeBron James was a rare occasion. Maybe next year there might be a demand if Orlando Summer League is fortunate enough, and Andrew Wiggins. That
came from John at Bonsai007. I wonder if Andrew Wiggins' first Summer League game would be open to the public.
Especially me. Magic
demand.
I think Magic fans at that point are just hoping he's in Orlando wearing Magic jerseys at that point.
Unless the Celtics, what's it called, tank enough, even though Danny Ainge denies it. A bunch of teams are tanking this season, Phoenix, Charlotte.
Sure.
But those teams might not be tanking due to choice, but to lack of ability.
Yeah, they're not very good. Charlotte's been the master of it for years and years, and Michael, you'll keep doing it.
Speaking of ability, does Victor Oladipo have the ability to play the point guard position for the Magic?
We're going to find out in the Summer League. Evidently, according to reports, they're going to play him a little bit at the point guard position, and I say, why not? I think the Summer League is about what you find out what a player can do and can't do. And if Oladipo can play a little bit of a point guard, not necessarily as a starter, but a guy who can maybe give you 5-10 minutes at the point position, kind of like what Dwayne Wade does with Miami
exactly.
now. It gives
Wade is a lot of the comparison with Oladipo.
Very comparable. And what it does is it gives you an advantage from a roster. Instead of having to pick up a third point guard on the roster, maybe you only carry 2 point guards because the Oladipo type can maybe play some minutes at the point. Also, if a coach wants to go with a no point guard lineup, which you saw in the finals, Eric Spoelstra did that. He took Chalmers and Norris Cole out of the lineup when they were struggling, go to a bigger lineup. Dwayne Wade ran the offense with the point guard.
If Victor Oladipo is half the player, maybe even a quarter of the player is Dwayne Wade, I think he can potentially run the point. We'll see.
And what a better way to find out in the Summer League. That's the best time to find out.
Magic GM Rob Hennigan was asked, do you envision Victor Oladipo at the 1 or the 2? He says, I envision him as a guard. It's Dwayne Wade right there, right?
Hey, one, you're hoping if you're a Magic fan. One can hope. And then
just a shade of Dwayne Wade.
A shade would be good. We'll take 40% of it.
40% would still be all right.
50, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. All right, for Eric Lopez, I'm David Baumann. The David Baumann Show is every weekday morning starting at 6.